Off with the presentation by Tabriz. Tabriz has a special expertise on ride shops, and when he was discussing with us the work that he's been doing, so we thought this is a good opportunity for us to use an in-house resource to come and share these ideas.
As you can see here, number of publications, most of it done when I used to work with the International Institute of Rural Reconstruction in the Philippines. And I've been involved with various publications through ride shops in various capacities, some as the technical person, some as the person responsible for the production cycle and so on and so forth that we'll talk about. I can say that I've been involved with as much, just enough to be able to have lost count. So it has been a very good experience. Other than the process, it has also given me a lot of insights into the subject matter. And I have a number of publications that we'll pass around after the presentation so that you can have a feel of how it looks in terms of the presentation. So now, as I said, each of us as organizations or individuals, go through this dilemma of the kind of information that is available but not being able to document it or present it in the form that is useful to us in whatever ways. One of the things that we come across all the time, like one of our group companies, Indian Grameen Services, we're talking to one of the senior vice presidents yesterday, and she said, we quickly want to document one of the field work that we had done because the person in charge is actually leaving, which means all the knowledge, if not the data and information, is gone. So we all acknowledge the importance of being able to put it together on a piece of paper in various forms. The second thing is that, if you loosely categorize, there are two kinds of people working in the development sector. One would be people who are, pretty experienced and have picked up a larger role in the organization. So they have 220 things to look after and may not have the time inclination, and rightly so, to be able to actually go in depth as they used to do when they were, younger professionals. So they have kind of stayed out of the immediate happenings in the field. And of course, these are people who have the ability to document and write very well. But as I said, they are busy with so many things that it is not worth for them, as the head of the organizations or very senior people, to be able to spend, a number of days or weeks to document something. The second category of the people would be the people who are actually engaged with the operations of any given program. And usually they have all the knowledge and amazing insights, but either they do not have the capacity to write or they're shy of doing it. All of us are in some form or the other shy of writing. Even if sometimes it is a piece of mail, we think twice of who is the audience and therefore how it should be written, and we're very conscious about it. There is also a dilemma that has, added to the fact that the documentation, generally speaking, has been weaker. So if we look at why the situation is there are certain things that are common to each of these situations. One is that information exists mainly in people's head, but is needed on paper. And maybe it's on the paper in the form of a data, at the most information, but not knowledge, or not the formats that particular set of audience would want to see. Also that on a particular subject, unless it's a specific technology, generally around social sciences, it's very difficult to claim that there is one person who is an expert. So it's always a set of people who bring in different sets of knowledge, and that then is the kind of documentation we want to look at. Therefore, many different people can each contribute part of the information with different ideas. Then the fourth point is agreement possible, but only if people come together to discuss. And whether it's a formal situation or an informal situation, a workshop, a meeting, or some sort of coming together and thinking about how to address the structure of a documentation, it is generally not possible. And therefore, the information naturally has to be pulled out of large data, which sometimes makes sense, sometimes it does not, and has to be converted into kind of a story that is understood by people. The other thing is that most of the documentation actually is meant for particular set of audience. It could be an academic paper or a publication. It could be a media type newspaper, news item that is understood by everybody but is not very useful for, say, a scientist or a researcher, and so on and so forth. So then the question is, why do you want your audience to be? Whether you want everybody to understand what you're saying, whether it is for a specific set of audience, depending on that. And yes, there's a lot of write-up or writing that is very rightly pointed at a particular set of audience. This writing is meant for students of so and so. This writing is meant for policy makers. This writing is meant for extensionists and so on and so forth. But when it comes to the need of writing something that is understood by a wider range of audience, starting from grassroots extension workers to maybe policy makers and scientists, then how do you do that is one of the questions. So these are some of the common elements. Then, as I said, it becomes very important to be able to transform that into layman's language from the jargons of the particular technology or the thematic area in question. And then, of course, it could then come to a stage where it could be, oh, this is the opinion of Tabriz or Shambhu or somebody else, but we don't necessarily all agree to it. But if there is some information, some direction, some thinking, some strategy, some thought, where all of us can come and say, yes, we generally agree to what is being said in this document, then it's more powerful and reaches wider in terms of the acceptance and the acceptability of what is being presented. So then the question is, why a write shop? And at the end I'll talk about, variants of write shop, and just a while ago we heard examples of organizations like Vasan already doing that, and at the end of this presentation many of you will realize we have done similar things but may not have called it a write